18 handicap, working on contact with the shorter clubs and wedges, running into the occasional heel miss with the shorter clubs. And judging by the reaction after this one, the total look of despair and agony. We are going to fix that, so let's rewind and actually jump over to another swing you've included, which the body mechanics looked fairly similar between the two swings, with the exceptional change of you simply trying to flip that club face over a bit sooner. You do manage to make better contact, but the face is still open, and it tells me that there's a lot going on with your path and face control. Let's rewind and actually go back over to the miss hit. No benefit in looking at the fixed flipped swing, but drawing a path line, your setup's okay. Maybe your right hand grip is a little too weak over the top. Get it down more in the fingers, and maybe a little bit stronger if you're still having trouble leaving it open catching these heels. But I think the main issue, your root cause of the heel shanks, and as you noted in the comments, it is mostly with the wedges. You can't be swinging your wedges this far inside. Reserve that for the longer clubs and driver to try to get your path to be much more of a slinging draw, but if you're hitting a wedge with that in to out extreme path, that heel is exposed first if the face is even a little bit open, and you know what happens from there. So you could fix it by just keeping inside and getting a better, more consistent closed face, hooding trap draws with the wedges, but I don't think that's the way you want to play for long-term improvement. You need to get more upright on your backswing so that you can come down a little bit steeper and more down the line. That will generate more spin, and it will allow you to be, I think, much more consistent with your distance control as well. Let's retrace that one more time and give you another quick look at your path. After the rip inside with good club face closure mechanics, you're going to keep to a fairly flat top of the backswing. Your wrist does open up the face from here, so you're aware of what's going on with your club face going back, but the longer and longer you go, you take what was square to closed and open it up a little bit at the top. As you come back down, the path does stay to the inside. The face has changed only a couple degrees more open, but since you didn't do anything to try to close it further, as we know, the result is there. How do we fix this? Well, I said to get more upright. How do we do that? With a professional comparison. This is, who do we have? Aaron Wise, okay. So he's set up in a drill with an alignment stick that's doing exactly what you should be doing, trying to get more upright. Now, I'd cover this with a pool noodle or something so that you do not destroy your clubs, both on the backswing and downswing, but the objective is to simply keep your club upright on the way back and more upright on the way down. It's a more out to in path, and if it feels like you're reversing your golf swing back to your old slicing habits, it kind of is, with your wedges at least. But let's redraw that path line. We'll keep his primary plane and see that instead of ripping it inside, that club will almost be forced right upright on plane, not hitting that alignment stick to the inside. From here, there's a lot of differences in the mechanics, but we're not going to talk too much about that. We're instead just trying to get overall your path to come down like this. You can live with, or you would actually be exceptional with a path that is slightly above your primary path line with the wedges. It is steep, it's down the line, if not a little bit cutting across, and I know, like a broken record, it's a nice consistent spinny cut with those wedges. I don't think you're going to have a major issue with this going back to your type of swing. Simply taking a path that rips inside and stays inside might make a lot of sense in your just natural mechanics to start more upright and stay more upright on the way down. Especially if you had a history of hitting more fades or pushes, just get back to that feel with the shorter clubs. I almost guarantee that you won't be hitting as many heels with a more upright path, but if you are, then it lies into your face control, which is normally your wrists or your grip. Somewhere along the way, even though it doesn't appear really open with that face, it's still striking that heel. Lastly, hand path. We're just going over all the potential fixes you could have here. With a tracing of your hands here and a line on your rear end, if there's any early extension of movement or movement in towards the ball, that can also just be a general movement in striking the heel. But looking at it again, your hips stay tucked back, you don't extend out of it. It's a fairly natural amount of movement in with the hands, but it still could be considered a little bit too much. Your feet are planted, driving inward off the instep. I mean, it's not bad, but I think that you fix your path, you fix your shanks. good luck with those changes. Sendaswing.com.